Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and as the summer sale is wrapping up, want to do a little bit more of a fun video. We've already broken down like every price threshold and everything like that, so why not do something a little bit more fun and interesting? We are going to be looking at the Final Fantasy franchise sale. So these are all the Final Fantasy games that are discounted. I am a huge homer for Final Fantasy, a franchise I obviously grew up with, having played pretty much every single one of the games. Like, there's a bunch of spin-offs and things like that, but I played a ton of the spin-offs as well. Like, you're talking to a dude that's played like Revenant Wings on the DS, etc., etc. Obviously, Tactics A2 and all that good stuff, but let us break down every Final Fantasy game that is on sale right now, just on the Final Fantasy page right now, and we'll go top to bottom, right off the top. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is 43% off for $39.89. Now, I believe that this is going to be closest to the deepest discount you are going to get on this game as far as buying it directly from Steam. Usually the Final Fantasy titles cap off at a 50% off discount. Obviously, it could happen where the actual price point of the game permanently drops. I could see in the future the game's price dropping down to $49.99, but I feel like the value is still there for the FF7 Remake. That's not going to happen anytime soon. At sub $40 now, that's a lot to spend on a Steam sale. Like, let's not get it twisted. Anytime you spend over $10, that's a lot to spend. And here you're talking 4x that amount. However, the FF7 Remake, I think, is really, really great. Obviously, this only covers the initial portion of Final Fantasy VII, but it is expanded quite a bit, and the story does get a little bit wild. Let's just say it's not a one-to-one recreation of FF7, but it's really good in its own right. Visually, it looks great. From my experience with the PC version, it's been pretty good. I know some people had like some major issues with the game, especially when it was only on EGS, and a lot of refinements have been made since then. Remember that this not only gets you the base FF7 remake, it also gets you the intermission expansion, which stars Yuffie. That's a nice piece of additional content, so getting that, $40 is a lot to spend, but if you've been eyeing this for a while, you're gonna get a lot of content out of it. It does have some replayability. I think it's a good price, all things considered. I'm tentative to say great price, since whenever you're spending $40, it can only be so great. All right, next up, Final Fantasy 15 Windows Edition, 50% off for $17.49. I really like this price, honestly. This is a good deal for FF15 for a variety of different reasons. First of all, you're not going into FF15 with the insane amount of hype and anticipation that I had going into FF15 back in 2016. Not only that, comparing this version of the game to the 2016 version of the game, very much night and day. You got all the bonus content in this game except for Episode Arden, which you can buy 50% off for $2.49, and that is something to check out. The game is much better than what it initially was back in 2016, and the funniest thing, it wasn't even funny, like, honestly, it was Square Enix being, they were being Square Enix, let's just put it that way, with how they handled the DLC in this game. It was pretty darn egregious, but, with the Windows Edition, at least you get that, you get the additions of the Royal Edition as well, so, $17.49 is a good price. I think the story in this game is so lackluster, and when you're going into Final Fantasy, you're expecting a really good story, but the gameplay is solid, the visuals are obviously great, the soundtrack is excellent. I think the good outweigh the bad in this game, especially at a $17.49 price point. Final Fantasy XIV, you got that stuff on sale. Would I pick it up? The Complete Edition is a great value pickup, Endwalker for $19.99 as well, but the thing is, like, if you have yet to get into FF14, just play the base game, Realm Reborn, Heaven's Ward, that stuff is free. Just go through that, and by the time you're, like, done with that content, the winter sale will probably have started, so maybe not that much, but another deal for FF14 would have arisen, so there you go with that. World of Final Fantasy, this is more of a gimmicky game. It's $9.99, okay price, but, yeah. Final Fantasy Type 0 HD, 60% off for $12. Type 0 HD was initially a PSP title that got ported to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in 2015. Then it saw its PC port. The only reason this was priced at a high price point was because it included the FF15 episode Duskgate demo. At this point, you're buying it for what it is. It's got some interesting gameplay elements. As far as Final Fantasy goes, this is like at the bottom of the list of games I would recommend you to play, but if you want to check it out, $12 ain't a bad price. Final Fantasy 13 Trilogy. FF13 is $7.99, 13.2 is $9.99, and Lightning Returns is $9.99 as well. 13 is a decent game. Yes, it's incredibly linear. The story is kind of difficult to follow with all the Fal'Cie, Lussie stuff going on, but overall, I do like the game, and I think there are high points of the story. Visually, this game was amazing when it came out, and the cinematics still look really good. I really like the battle system. I think the paradigm shifts and everything like that worked really well. It's a good price for the game. Just bear in mind that until, I think it's chapter 11, it is an incredibly linear game. Like, we're talking straight corridors with this one, so take that for what you will. FF13-2, a lot of people really like, but again, if you want to play 13-2 or Lightning Returns, you gotta play these games sequentially. You can't just jump right into 13-2, and they are a little bit more expensive. Start off with 13, see how you like it. If the linearity is going to be a game-breaking experience for you, well, it is what it is, but again, I think the battle system is great. Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age. Now, this is 50% off for $25, so it's another one of those instances. It's an expensive game to pick up. However, I loved Final Fantasy XII. The negatives of the game, obviously, not a great main character. However, the rest of the cast is really strong, where you have characters like Ash and Potch and Balthier. Those characters are great. Battle system, I enjoyed. Played more like an MMO. A lot of content with this one. Loved, the board system with all the upgrades and whatnot. Really enjoyed it. $25 is pricey, but FF12 is one of those games that I feel like has aged so gracefully that when it initially came out, it was a bit divisive, but now, I think a lot more people are enjoying it. Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remaster, 50% off for $14.99. FF10 is an all-time classic. We all, I think, love FF10. FF10 is one of those games that a lot of people picked up with their PlayStation 2 back in 2001. 10-2, it is what it is. Like, I wasn't big on it, but it's included with the bundle, so, why not? Love the grid, the sphere grid with Final Fantasy X as well, and the story's great, and this one obviously shows its age. It's a PS2 game that's been remastered, so keep that in mind, and it's an early PS2 game. Like, FF12 was at least 06, FF10, you're talking 2001, so keep that in mind. Final Fantasy IX, 50% off for $10.49. Look, this game is getting a full-on remake. FF10 is as well, but FF10's remake probably won't be out until 2026. FF9... That remake will probably be out next year, and it's not going to be, a crazy remake, like the FF7 remake, but I feel like it's going to be a substantial improvement upon the original. So from that standpoint, I would say wait, but otherwise, FF9's a classic, so worthwhile there. Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, 50% off for $9.99. I didn't hate FF8. It's obviously, one of the weaker ones of Final Fantasy history, but, $10 is an okay price. I wasn't crazy about the story in this one either, but, $9.99, not a bad price. FF7 OG, $5.99. Love this game, and it's worthwhile to play through because 7 Remake is going to give you a totally different style of an experience. 7's great, it's a classic, and it's still very much worthwhile. And $5.99 for FF7? Oh, hell yeah. There's a lot of mods and visual refinements to the game if you do want to go through that. Great. $6 for that is fantastic. You do have some other Final Fantasy titles on sale, like the Final Fantasy IV 3D Remake. The Pixel Remaster title's unfortunately not on sale, but for the most part, there is Final Fantasy III, the 3D Remake, but for the most part, that's what you're going to get with Final Fantasy. A lot of good options there. One of my favorite franchises of all time, and not only that, it's so nice to see the franchise being, having a big part on Steam and PC gaming as well, even though we can't get FF16 day and date, but hopefully that'll be next year. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.